just realized that my significant other is out of town, and this is the first time I've spoken today, and where's my voice? I don't know. So thank you so much, Elizabeth. I want you all to know that if I didn't work for myself, I would beg Elizabeth for a job. I love her place. And I actually got down on my knees in her salon and asked her to come speak at 1 Million Cups, literally. I mean, I was there on my knees begging her. And our next presenter, it was a little bit easier. I didn't have to get on my knees, but they're both very shy and they have fabulous businesses. And it's
well, I was going to wear it too, but I remembered you bought it. I was like, oh,
yeah, oh well. And just as an aside, Amanda, this is a really big week for her because we got her to come, and she was also one of the homes on the Women's Club home tour this Sunday. So it's Saturday, we changed it, did you know that? So she's really, this is a lot going on for her this week, so it's Sunday. So Amanda, please.
I am a little shy. I'm not great in front of people, but mostly it's because I tend to embarrass myself. So if you guys know that ahead of time, don't feel bad for me because I'm expecting it. You're in good company. Okay. I have a business called Amanda's. We've been in business for 2.5 years. Currently, we're located on Sugg Street in the fabulous downtown area. We started out on Main Street. I rented a small location there. And after the first year, we wanted to make a bigger commitment to the shop and also to the downtown area. So we bought a building. We sold our house and bought one that had an apartment above it so we could also live there. And we did quite a bit of renovating. We tried to stay true to the historical charm of the building. We have, we brought down the walls so you could see the brick, and you can also see the original ceiling to the building. And we have exposed concrete floors. So I think we did a really good job with the character of the building. That was important to us. What we sell are new, renewed, and vintage home decor and gift items. We also started selling clothing recently, so I'll talk about that some more later. And the new items we sell, we work with several different distributors we've become to know over the years, so we order from them. And the renewed items, something like a piece of furniture or even like a picture or an item that needs to be painted or updated or even repurposed. I had these little doorknobs one time I bought that I turned into picture holders, so that's an idea of a repurposed item. And vintage finds, I want to clarify something first. Vintage to me is anything that's 20 years old or older. A lot of people ask if we carry antiques, and I say no to that because to me an antique is anything that's over 100 years old, and I don't really carry anything that old, so we like to call it vintage. And we do carry some locally made items also. Over the last couple of years, we've had locally made soaps, we've had some candles that are locally made, we've had a photographer that has brought some pictures in, we have some ornaments right now that are locally made. I'm trying to think what else it kind of varies from time to time. Sometimes we have more locally made items than other times. We do really well with a lot of our lotions and soaps. I make sure they're all natural or organic also, and they're all made in the U.S., the ones that we carry. Some local, like I said. I brought a candle also. I don't know if you can smell it yet. I just put it before. I always have one burning in the shop, so I brought one with me today. We do really well. Candles are one of our biggest selling items. And the candles that we sell are either from Franklin, Tennessee, and some from St. Louis also. So they're all natural. They're either soy or they're vegetable wax blend candles. Let's see. We had a small spot in the back of our shop that was being unused. So we kind of considered bringing in clothing. We weren't sure how it would work with the home goods that we had. So we actually found someone that would rent it out for us. And they're called Flax and Wool. She's new to the clothing business also, but she's rented a spot from us, and she's brought in, a lot of people that haven't been in the shop before came to see her clothing. I'm actually wearing all of her clothing today. The jeans, she's done really well with the jeans. We sell all of those. I keep looking at her. She comes in here all the time. Actually, I recognize quite a few people that come in the shop. We have really, truly a family-oriented business. my husband has a full-time job, but whenever he's not at his full-time job, he's always helping me. He may not be in the shop with me all the time, but behind the scenes, he's very much involved in the business. I have a 7-year-old. She's there quite a bit whenever she's not in school, so she likes to entertain the younger kids that come into the shop, so that's actually important to us also. I don't have employees. I run the shop, I open it, I close it. Brandy, who does the clothing, when she started working in the back, she also helps me some in the shop, so that's great to have some extra help. But yeah, for the last 2.5 years, I've pretty much been the face of Amanda's when you come in, so I do everything from the ordering, the cleaning. I don't get very many days off. Even the days that the shop is closed, I'm still working on something for the shop. I don't really take vacations yet, maybe someday. But I don't really, my education background, I have a degree in social work. I've always just really been passionate. I've always loved home decorating. I remember as a kid, I get my mom to buy me certain sheets that I can, make my bed to look like they did in the catalogs. And, in elementary school, I was drawing out home plans and designing my dream house. So I've always been into this stuff. My parents were avid DIYers and even home flippers long before that was a trendy thing to be. So on the weekends when I was a kid, we were painting rooms, we were fixing plumbing, we were rewiring things. So it's just something I've always been around. I've always enjoyed it. We do a lot of social media. We're pretty active on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, which I think is very important for, especially a shop like mine, where it's all about how things look. We want things to be pretty and home decorating. So a lot of times I have people come in that follow me on Facebook or some of the other social media sites who've never been in the shop before. So that's their first impression that they get, and that's what entices them to want to come in. So I think it's very important to keep those things active and colorful and bright and inviting to people. Something I am excited about, we're starting our own website, which I haven't done yet, but it should be active as soon as the holiday season is over, because it's a pretty busy time. But we're going to have online ordering, so I'm excited that people that don't live here locally can still get our products. And I'm going to have a blog also. We do a lot of projects for our own home. Like you said, we're going to be on the home tour, so that's a lot of our DIY stuff that we work on. So I think a blog would be a good idea for people to see, that kind of stuff that we do and how we do it. And so yeah, that's something we're really excited about. Hopefully that'll be live pretty soon. Questions?
When did you start that?
We've been open 2.5 years. Yeah.
And you started right out with purchasing the building?
Well, no, we rented. The first year we rented on Main Street. And then after the first year, we decided we'd sell our house and commit to it. We're just a little bit crazy.
With you being new to the Madisonville area, will you explain to everybody why you felt the need to open a store such as Amanda's in Madisonville?
Yeah, we've only lived here 3 years, so it was a stay-at-home mom when we lived at Cambridge. And I was a stay-at-home mom there for almost 5 years. And we moved here, and I thought, well, it's probably time for me to get a job. And honestly, I've tried, and I guess because I don't know anybody here, and I don't know, I couldn't find something that was working for me just right. So I thought, well, we had a little extra money. We were going to remodel our house that we purchased here, and we took that instead and put it into the business and thought, well, let's try it. I like it. I needed to do something other than be a stay-at-home mom, and so far, so good.
You used to be located on Main Street, as you said, and now you've moved around the corner. So you've experienced both sort of an independent place, and I know that now that you're around other retailers more, can you talk a little bit about the synergy of the other shops being around you and what kind of benefit that has been?
Yeah, when I first opened on Main Street, which is often why you see our name as Amanda's on Main, that's what the name was when we were there. I kind of dropped the Main a little bit, but sometimes you still see it both ways. But yeah, I was by myself pretty much. There weren't very many businesses around me, but when we bought the building on Sixth Street, it was about the time that the coffee shop was going in. And since then, Barbie Hunt Studio has moved over to Sixth Street also. There's also another camping and outdoor shop that just opened up on Sixth Street. So it's great. I love to see people come and park and walk from shop to shop, or, you know, have coffee and then come over and go shopping, or vice versa. I think it's great, yeah. I love to see that. The more businesses we can get downtown, the more, you know, people can park, and also the Market Distinction, since then they've moved to the downtown area also. So, yeah, it's great to see people get out and walk around. I think that's what people like. They like, you know, that atmosphere. They like to park and just walk to different shops.
I know that you said that you kind of needed to find something to do. What made you decide to go into this type of business as far as selling like renewed or vintage items? And also, how do you get yourself out there to let people know, you know, what you do and the type of things that you have to offer?
Well, like I said, it's always just been something I love to do, and I feel like it comes naturally to me. I love to display items. I've always loved just making the house look great, and I don't know, I wanted to do something that I really enjoyed, and I thought if I'm gonna do something other than being a stay-at-home mom, then yeah, this is what I wanna try to do.
What kind of future plans do you have for your store, Amanda? Are you looking at different items? I know yours is mostly the vintage, and that's really what you're known for. But how do you plan to expand?
Well, I've actually changed quite a bit. When I first opened up, I mostly just had vintage and repurposed items. And as we moved, we had more space, so I started adding more of the new items. And I like that, and I find that we, you know, have more and more new items and fewer vintage and repurposed items. But I hope to, you know, just keep growing and have more inventory. One of my issues is I feel like the shop is never full enough. I kind of tend to lean towards a more minimal look, but I feel like I always need more inventory. So I think we're in a great location, just more of what we have. I'd love to have some employees someday to give me a little bit of relief.
What is your supply on the vintage? How dependable is that? I mean, are you the one that goes out seeking things? And you gotta be careful what you pay for stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few places locally that I can usually call if I'm in, you know, crunch and I need something. But there's a place in Louisville that we visit quite often. It's an auction house, and
Okay.
they're always, you know, great finds.
That's the downside to something that is antique shop, vintage, anything like that. It's how do I resupply what I've got at a price that I can make money on.
Right, exactly. And plus, considering that at the auctions that we go to, we're, you know, bidding against individuals who don't have to worry about resale. So it's definitely something we have to
Do you
keep
ever buy
in
out
mind.
entire lots of something?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because that is where, and I've been in that type of business a long time, and that's where we always found that we got our best deal, was when we could walk into a place and buy everything right to the penny.
Yeah.
And you know, you find little treasures that they forgot they had. When you're
Yeah.
cleaning out closets and everything like this,
Yeah.
it's, oh, I forgot I had that. That's okay, it's in the package.
Right.
You know, and we always end up with way more stuff than you need.
Yeah.
But you get your best deals that way.
Absolutely. I love auctions. There's also a warehouse that we shop at in Louisville. It's open to the trade. But they source a lot of vintage items from overseas, like maybe Europe or somewhere. They'll go on buying trips and bring it back by, you know, the truckloads. And they're always we just went there Monday and stocked up on a lot of cool vintage items.
Amanda, how large is your shop?
Our shop is probably the actual store space is maybe 1,500 square feet.
I was wondering, I don't know how to articulate this question. What do you need from the community to like make downtown, to take downtown to the next level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, just more support, more encouragement. And we had Small Business Saturday, I don't know if you know, it was Saturday. And we tried to play that up. We had a DIY day. So people were able to come in and make their own chalkboards and make their own little snow globes, and that was great. We were so much busier this year on Small Business Saturday and on Black Friday. Usually I've been really slow on those days. I think people hit up the big stores, but this year I was so pleased with the turnout. I mean, just getting people down there to visit. There's so many people still come in and say, you know, I never come downtown. I mean, it's a small town. It's not like you have to drive every far.
People complain about the parking. I always park right in front of your store. I don't
Yeah,
understand the problem.
the parking, but you know, really, I mean, but there's a few.
Closer than the mall.
Parking, I don't know why when people come downtown, they expect to be able to park right in front of your door. But when you go to Walmart, you know, you have to walk all the way across the parking lot. But yeah, the parking is always gonna be an issue in the downtown area. I will say, Soap Street, the city's promising us some renovations next spring. So hopefully, new sidewalks, buried powered lines, and, you know, some planter boxes. Yeah.
On that issue of downtown, two observations. One on the parking. If you think about when you go to a community that is just pop-up, active, people out, stuff happening, maybe even if it's in the evening, people playing music, etc., who cares whether you have to walk 2 or 3 blocks? Nobody cares, okay? It's if there's not the activity, then you get this expectation, I don't want to have to walk. And you're right, if you go to Lowe's or Walmart or wherever, or the mall, you have to walk. The other thought, and I'll just kind of toss this out, and I'd be interested in feedback perhaps after, I don't want to cut in on your time, but one of the things we're talking about pretty heavily at the city is looking at the possibility of doing, I don't know what the term would be other than call it seasonal bump outs. Placing them obviously collaboratively with restaurants to where they come out, take up a parking space or two, and they're movable, they're raised, think a platform, if you will. They might have a bit of a structure over it, not a roof, but with very festive lighting to permit the restaurant to have out at the edge of the street, not just in the sidewalk, seating, outdoor seating during nice weather. It's being done elsewhere. It's being done very successfully, and it creates a festival, a carnival atmosphere. We're feeling that will help retailers, that at least retailers that choose to be open in the evening and on weekends. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's excellent. I know the coffee shop has some seats outside, and whenever you see people sitting out there and enjoying their coffee, it's just, I don't know, it's just such a different environment. It's welcoming, and everybody seems to be enjoying it. So yeah, the more shops we can get, the more places for people to just come and enjoy. Yeah.
Mark, along those lines, everybody has probably been to New Orleans French Quarter at some point. Where are you going to park? There's no parking there. You know, you go in
the
there.
quarter.
Yeah, in the quarter.
Yeah.
That's where the people are. Everybody goes to New Orleans for the French Quarter.
Exactly.
And if you're not in there really early, we had to deliver some equipment down there one time. And you know, if you're not there at 6 o'clock in the morning, you're not going to even get to the
You
place.
should have gone during Mardi Gras.
They needed beads, they had to deliver beads.
What I wanted to ask, are you finding, because when I was new in the business, I mean, there wasn't a lot of collaboration among businesses in town. And that was something that I struggled with, was trying to get partners in, like, doing a small business Saturday, or even having a downtown or a Madisonville holiday open house. How is the collaboration downtown now? I know Jenny's very involved in Discover Downtown, but are the other businesses that are down there meeting on a regular basis? Are you making plans together? Because that's what it's gonna take to bring people to the downtown, is for the downtown to be working together.
Yeah, well, when I was on Main Street, not so much, but there, weren't as many places around. But now on Soap Street, yeah, we work, we've got a really good relationship with the other business owners. We're all very encouraging with each other. We've gotten together and developed what's called Mad City City Made. I don't know if you've been in our shops, you've seen the little Mad City Made logos on the door. It's just a way for us to recognize Madisonville, locally made businesses, locally made items, local restaurants. So yeah, we're trying to encourage more downtown businesses to get those stickers to put in their windows. We also do a Mad City Made Facebook where we can all go on there and post information about our businesses. But yeah, we get together from time to time. Jenny's such a big supporter of downtown, and so is Barbie. So yeah, we have some plans hopefully for some more downtown activities.
I love your store. Okay, my own house and my own family's house is full of shopping. But I know my grandmother used to come down there just about every day. But I'm very excited to hear about the online shopping that you can do, because I don't have a whole lot of time to be able to make it to your store. I love it, but I just can't get in there as often as I'd like. But my husband, every birthday, Christmas, or anything, I know I'll get something from you. Because he goes in there and he can pick out anything, and he knows I like it. But with the online ordering, is that for, like, are you going to be able to do shipments, or is it just, so is that a way for you to expand your business? Are you going to be marketing to other towns and areas and in larger cities to be able to sell more
Absolutely.
things?
We'll do shipping. I'm not sure we can arrange delivery if it's local also, but yeah, we're
Or have you thought about that, I guess, with like if you are shipping, you know, say somebody in Louisville wants your stuff, you know, do they have to come over here, or,
we're definitely gonna have shipping. Yeah, we've I think at first, when we first do, I'm gonna stick to smaller, easier to ship items.
Right.
Some of our t-shirts, like we have the Kentucky Home Tees that sell really well, those would be great for shipping. Our candles, soaps, stuff like that, that are, you know, easy to ship. Yeah, see how it goes, and if it,
that's
you know,
just gonna continue to
yeah,
expand
and if
more
it goes
maybe?
really well, then bigger items.
What I've seen some places, other than for some vintage stuff, from like office, that like the industrial type tables and stuff, like that, like your store too. And what I discovered there is, if you'll put those online, the pieces that you have specifically, the larger pieces, you can actually sell them for a lot more money and ship them, because they're not readily available in a lot of places, which you have a pretty unique items. So I'll be excited to see you expand that inventory and offer that online. I think that would be great.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be great, and speaking of some of the vintage items, I think being a small town, I try to keep that in mind with our pricing. I try to keep it a little bit lower. Some of the items we carry, you know, if you went down the road to Nashville or somewhere like that, it would cost a whole lot more. So trying to, you know, keep Madisonville in mind when we come up with our pricing. But yeah, I can't wait to see how the online shopping goes.
I stopped at another business the other day, accidentally, I didn't know she was open, it was country covered, and bought my little bling necklace, but anyway, she was telling me, and what she literally said was, these are Madison prices, because everybody else's prices are so much higher, and I can sell this for more at the lakes. But I'm in Madisonville, this is why I chose up in my business, I turned my prices down, so I think that's an opportunity for you to upsell someone too. It's good for you.
I'm curious, you know, downtown with Jenny and Barbie and you and several of the others you talked about starting to work together. And I think everyone here knows in the last year and a half, the downtown has really changed. And it's noticed by the other retail pockets in the community. I was wondering what advice you would give to like South End or North End or the mall sector on how they can rejuvenate and kind of bond together. Because you all have done it particularly well. And you're in a unique situation because you're downtown. And downtown always has that sort of air about it and mystique. But if you're retailers by the mall or in the South End, what can they do to try to move more toward what you all have done in your success?
Right. I think what's so important is that we all have the idea that we want to support each other. Even if, you know, I sell candles and Barbie sells candles, I don't view her as a competitor. We all work together. The more that we can help each other. So I'm not sure how their environment is in, you know, different areas in the town, but I think it's that attitude where you want to be supportive of everybody and not try to just compete against everybody. But yeah, we get together and we throw around ideas and have a good time.
If you think about that concept in relationship to either automobile dealerships or fast food restaurants, or really not even just fast food, casual dining, they're congregated. And if people wanna buy a car, they like to be able to go to a strip. There's a whole lot of car dealerships in the city. Same with dining, other than in the downtown environment. And they do support each other and draw people.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see more decorating shops or more gift shops or anything. I mean, more for people to choose from, the more people are gonna come and the more it helps everybody.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Getting conflicting messages. I want to thank both these great presenters for being here today, and if you have not presented as yet, I want to encourage you to do so, and if you have somebody specifically you think is a really unique business that you think you should listen to or have, give me a call, or give Mark a call, or Ruth a call, or Carol a call, or email us, and we'll be glad to be able to get those people in here and do our 1, 2, 3, please come to 1 million cups. So with that being said, we're adjourned today. Keep in mind, we're not going to be open on Christmas week or New Year's week because that's family time. So we've got 2 more presentations. Next week we'll have Orange Grove Funeral Home. Dean Norberry said he's going to be here, but I haven't made my last pitch to make 100% sure of that yet. And then we have an availability on the 17th. So that week, we're adjourned.